I had to have a little audio messed up at the beginning so I could act like Jerry. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It is Thursday. That means it's Thanksgiving here in the States. And I'm filling in for Jerry this morning just so we can have a little cyber news. Hopefully, everybody is starting off their morning or their afternoon or their evening very well and good. Let's go ahead and run a couple of things, and then we'll jump into the news. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I don't have anything I need to run today. Because you know what? This is a rogue stream. So we're just going to do what we want to do. Today, I was going to go in and run my own, but CISO Series did actually put out something this morning. So we're going to go ahead and run the news from CISO Series. I think there's about 7 stories or so. Let's check in with chat real quick. Let me make sure everybody can hear everything. Everything sounds good. I'm hoping everybody still hears me. Hope I'm not way off. I'm scrolling through here. Oh, good morning from Arizona. Ernesto from Arizona. All right. Let's see. It is 7:01. Usually Jerry will banter, go through a whole bunch of different things, talk for about 10 minutes. I don't really have any of that stuff this morning. So I say we jump into the news. We'll go through the news. I quickly looked at it. We've got a lot of AI this morning. Looks like this morning is all about AI. So let's go ahead, move over and jump over to that, and let's get started. Let me fire this up. I've got so many things up, and it's been so long since I've done this. I'm going to make sure that we've got everything squared away. For those of you that don't know, I wiped my OBS completely, so I had to restart from scratch. So all the fun stuff that I had on there isn't on there anymore, but we'll fix that. For those of you that are new here that don't know me, let me give you a quick intro real fast before we jump into everything. My name is Ben, aka DJ BSEC, is what everybody calls me. I've been in the industry 20 to 25 years. I recently, last year got my CISSP, and I've been helping Jerry out on this stream for, I don't know, like 3 years now, just mainly in the background. I do pop on every other time and again on Fridays at the panels. So that's a little bit about me, but let's go ahead. Let's jump into the news and see where we're at for today. Let me pop over here. Oh, that's the wrong story. Here we go. All right, first story. Let's get it.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
Ooh, hold on. That's fast. Whoa, what's going on? Hold on. Let's retry that. And y'all let me know if it's too quiet. Wait, now it's not going to play? Come on. Like, I can't have a good audio session without. All right, so it stopped. All right, let's reload this. Wouldn't be the daily cyber threat brief if we didn't have some kind of audio. I had everything set up. This just proves no matter what we do.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
Y'all let me know if it's not loud enough.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Thursday, November 27th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. AWS outage botnet smacks 28 countries. A Marais-based botnet called Shadow V2 surfaced during October's major AWS outage, exploiting vulnerabilities in IoT devices from multiple vendors. Fortinet says the botnet infected devices across 28 countries and may have been a test run for future attacks, though it vanished once the outage ended. Shadow v2 spreads via a downloader script and behaves similarly to the Lizard Murray variant, allowing DDoS attacks through a command and control server.
All right. Another day, another botnet. So I saw this one yesterday when it popped up. Botnet takes advantage of AWS outage to smack 28 countries. So we all know it's Mirai, the Mirai botnet. So it's based off of the Mirai botnet. I saw somebody else talking about this, but it looks like, according to, let's see, likely serving as a test run for future attacks. This is not good. So basically, if everybody doesn't know, which if you'd have to be under a rock if you didn't know that AWS was out. So AWS had an outage. Was it last week? Week before last? I don't know. We've had so many different outages between AWS and Microsoft, Azure, and everybody. Cloudflare had an outage. Maybe it was Cloudflare last week. Can't remember. We've had so many. So this new name Shadow V2 is emerged last October's AWS outage, infecting IoT devices across the industry and continents, likely serving as a test run for future attacks, according to Fortinet's FortiGuard. Let me see. So they did say that there was a DDoS, so a denial of service. For those of you that don't know what a denial of service is, usually we use, not we, but usually what's used is a botnet, which is a whole bunch of different devices, which is just a network of bots, a network of different devices that send out like TCP flood attacks or something like that into one specific IP address. And basically what you do is you send so much traffic to that specific IP address. What it does is it basically locks it down and nobody can get to it. Services on the device stop running, so forth. So you deny services to those that are trying to get them. That's a distributed denial of service. So let's jump in. Likely the malware only remained active during the day-long outage. So what it sounds like is maybe this stuff was spun up, tested to see if it would work, and then spun down and maybe put into the ether and to hide, put in the back closet. During that time, it propagated via several vulnerabilities, DDWRT. So, man, 2009. Holy smokes. So for those of you that don't know what DDWRT is, that is a firmware that you could put on old, like Linksys routers. You could put them on old wireless routers. But look at that, 2009. In fact, let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump over. And let's use mine. So I did fix my stuff. And I told Jerry about this yesterday. I fixed my site so where our EPSS scanner launches fast. So let's see if it works this morning. Oh, look how fast it. Okay, so if you got an EPSS score, so remember, this is 2009. And for those of you that don't know, when you read a CVE, the year that it happened or the year that it was found is where it comes in. So this is 2009. So we're 2025 going to 2026. And we're looking at close to, 18 years? Something like that. Can't do math off the top of my head. It's too early in the morning. But this is definitely something that, number one, should be patched. But number two, those devices shouldn't even be out in the wild. Like, we're talking wireless devices that were back in 2009 that only run at 54 megs. Like, these are those that all the IT people open up their closet and they have this big old junk drawer or this big old junk trunk, and they start pulling it out and you start seeing this blue and black wireless router, and that's got DDWRT on that. That's just crazy. So we got a 23, 24. We got TP-Link. It looks like these are all wireless routers. So most of these are probably going to be home routers, home network routers that have access to the internet or open to the internet that they were able to get to. So Cloud Native Botnet previously targeted AWS EC2 instances in September campaigns. We've asked Fortinet how many devices were affected by the botnet, and they will update the story. Trying to see if there's anything. Are there any? Security Shop says blog post. So it looks like maybe we might have a an IOC which delivers shadow malware using binary from. So we could use this IP address here to block. You could block that direct IP address. In fact, you know what? If y'all want to, let me pull this up. Y'all can see behind. I've got a whole bunch of different things in here, but let me close this real quick and I wrote a little script. In fact, let me find it. And I'll pull this up and we'll find out where this IP address is real quick. Since I didn't spend 10 minutes talking in the beginning, we can pull this and let's see here. All right, so what is this IP address here? So I'm going to run, I created a little script that runs out and grabs IP addresses. So let's say 81.88.18.108. All right, so there you go. So this IP address is coming from Berlin. So it's in Europe. There's our city, state, OneCom cloud. So interesting. So that's where the IP address, it looks like that's the IOC. So if I were you, I would at least go in, block that IP address from coming in or out. Is there anything else in here? Shortly after Shadow's V-run, Microsoft said Azure was hit by a largest cloud-based ever Oh, that's a different one. Okay. But that was that big 15 terabytes. All right. Interesting story. Let's keep going.
LLMs help malware authors evade detection. Google's Threat Intelligence Group says attackers are using malware with large language models at runtime to evade detection. Samples include tools that ask models like Gemini or Hugging Face to rewrite code, generate system-specific commands, or help locate secrets. Researchers warn these techniques resemble early polymorphic malware and could make attacks more adaptive, though they remain detectable today due to their reliance on external AI service calls.
Oh, all right. Big word was in there. So for those of you who don't know what polymorphic means, that means that it's an ever-changing virus or ever-changing malware. Let's look at this. This is interesting. We have a graphic here. I'm sure Jerry would start playing a saxophone at this point. Let's see. Cyber attackers are integrating large language models into malware. Cyber attackers invest in AI tool development. So phishing is a big one with AI, right? Because they're using all of these different AI models and LLMs to create legit looking phishing messages to send out. Dark dev. I guess here's all the different AIs that they've got. This is a Xanthrop. Oh, I thought that said Xanthropic. Xanthrorex. I've heard of Worm GPT. So these are all the specific AIs that we got our developers using. So this is from Google's Threat Intelligence Group. So threat actors are testing malware that incorporates large language models to create malware that can evade detection by security tools. So here's one of the things, guys. This is not going to stop. It's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. As we move into the age, well, we're already in the age, but as we get deeper into the age of AI, and as we get in deeper with these LLMs and AI models that you're able to feed everything into and then say, hey, how can I bypass this? How can I bypass that? A lot of these models allow you to pull that down and use and run it locally, so you can bypass those guardrails, right? So you can build your own server, you can build your own LLM, run your stuff on there, figure out how to bypass guardrails, put things in there and let it start learning, and then once you've taught it or it learns what needs to be done to bypass something, then you put that stuff in there. I think a lot of this you're going to start seeing on the blue side, where they're going to start, it's already being done, but you're going to see more incorporation of AI models in there trying to combat AI. So we're just going to see the fight back and forth. And I think it was last year we talked about this, where we were talking about all the deep fakes and how these deep fakes were getting really good. When you put that deep fake out, how are you going to determine whether or not it's a deep fake? And a lot of people have said, oh, well, what we'll do is we'll take that deep fake and we'll run it through AI, and AI will figure out that it's a deep fake, that it's not real. But then people said, okay, well, what if you take that deep fake and you run it through AI and tell it to clean it and then tell it that it is real? So now the deep fake has been put through an LLM, and that LLM has learned that, oh no, wait. Even though it says it's a deep fake, it's really not a deep fake. It's real. So at that point, you can't use AI to determine whether or not something's fake or not. So on this one, there's not a lot. So attackers are experimenting with AI. Augmented malware falls into two different categories: those generated by LLMs and those not. I mean, right now, where is it that they said? Oh, Unit 42 did this one. So Palo Alto. So far, most AI used by cyber attackers has been able to assist in the coding attacks against large targets. Look, this is just something everybody's gonna have to pay attention to. And we're gonna have to walk slowly and keep a bated breath, because we will continue to see this, and it will get worse. In my opinion, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I know there are a lot of companies out there that are trying to combat a lot of this stuff, but attackers move a lot faster than blue teamers, because all they got to do is get it right once, right? That's what we talk about. All right, let's move on to the next one. If y'all got questions about any of this stuff, just hold them. We'll do jaw jacking later, and we can talk about this.
Anthropic questioned over Claude espionage. The U.S. House Homeland Security Committee has summoned Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei to testify on December 17th about a likely Chinese espionage campaign that used Anthropic's AI, Claude, to target at least 30 organizations. Lawmakers praised Anthropic for disclosing the attack, but called it a significant inflection point for U.S. cybersecurity. The hearing will focus on how AI, quantum computing, and cloud infrastructure are reshaping state-sponsored cyber threats.
Two stories back to back. This is literally the exact same story. Oh, in a different context, right? So this is exactly what I was talking about. The Homeland Security Committee is reaching out to Anthropic. I'm sure they're going to reach out to OpenAI. I'm sure they'll reach out to OpenAI. I'm sure they're going to reach out to any LLM or any big language model or GPT that's out there that they can get their hands on to sit there and talk to. This falls into the exact same category of the last story. So the last story talked about how we have people out there that are using AI to create malware. This story right here is saying, hey, we're the government. We heard that you announced that apparently the Chinese espionage was using Anthropic to create malware or create tools. I want you to come talk about that and tell us what's going on. And we're going to get, bloviated people sitting on the pulpits, sitting there screaming about this and that. And we won't get into politics and all that stuff, but that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a dog and pony show just to talk about AI and get their name out there, get their face out there. Getting deeper into this falls back into the story that we just talked about. This one was good, right? So Anthropic found this. What they say is Anthropic found this and then reported it and said, hey, look, it looks like we've got a Chinese espionage campaign going on using our models. We're going to let everybody know that this is going on, and we're going to stop it. And it says that they were able to do that. Let's see. The committee sent a Modi, I guess that's a letter Wednesday, commending Anthropic for disclosing the campaign, but members are also called the incident a significant inflection point and requested for him to speak on the committee on December 17th. So December 17th, well, let's say December 18th, we'll probably have a big story about what was said in this intelligence briefing, or in this testimony. Let's see. The incident was consequential for the United States Homeland Security because it demonstrates what a capable and well-resourced state-sponsored cyber attacker or a cyber actor, such as those linked to the PRC, can now accomplish using commercially available US AI systems, even when providers maintain strong safeguards. So here's my first thought. Anybody out there heard of DeepSeek? Like, why would China be reaching out to Anthropic and using Anthropic if they've got DeepSeek, which was so much better, so much faster, use less power? It seems like maybe DeepSeek's kind of gone away because that was, I believe, that was Chinese based, Chinese built. Um, my question: if I was on these panels, so y'all think about this. Anybody, y'all think about what questions you would ask if you're sitting on the panel. What would you ask? What would you ask the CEO of Anthropic? My question would be: why would a threat actor use the commercially available piece of this? Why wouldn't they pull it down and hide it away? Like, why wouldn't you pull the LLM down, put it on your own stuff, and run it there? Then guess what? Anthropic can't stop you from doing stuff. That's my thinking. I'm thinking right now is they're doing it out in the open. If they're doing it out in the open, then what are they doing behind the scenes? Are they already running this stuff behind the scenes and then they're going, "Hey, let's use the commercially available one and see how much better it is"? Is it better? Is it faster? That's my thought. Yeah, Phil Stafford hit it. That's kind of where I'm at, Phil. Is like, because Anthropic is an American AI, it's like they're using a US IP address. But the thing is there you can do that many other different ways. You can use an IP address and try to get through different things and show that you're coming from somewhere inside the US. That's the least of their worries. My bigger thing is what are they doing on the backside of this? Because if they're doing it out in the open, there's something bigger on the backside. At least in my opinion. Let's see what else we have. The committee also invited comment. Oh, so there you go. So we've got Google Cloud in here. We've got quantum exchange. I guess they want to talk about quantum computing as well. I'm sure they're going to get all this big. Everybody's going to get all high and mighty about quantum computing. Committee leaders cited a need to closely examine how advances in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and related technologies and hyperscale cloud infrastructure are reshaping both defense capabilities and operational tradecraft available to state-sponsored. So that's another thing is everything's moved. We all know this. Everything's moved to the quote-unquote cloud, and you can spin up compute for cheap and use a lot of other people's resources in real time, and not have to purchase all this infrastructure, and then you can just tear it down and not pay for it over the top. So it seems I'm gonna breathe through chat a little bit, see if we've got anything in here. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. I mean, to me, we're in the day and age, like I just said before, we're in the day and age of where this is just going to continue to happen. So our first three stories the first three stories included AI, and we're seeing that, and we will continue to probably see that in every single story moving forward. Some way, shape, or form, AI is going to be in the fix of these stories. All right, let's move on.
Forge library gets fixed for signature flaw. A high severity flaw in the Node Forge JavaScript cryptography library lets attackers bypass signature verification by crafting malformed ASN.1 data that the library incorrectly treated as valid. Palo Alto Networks reported the issue, which could allow authentication bypass or tampering in apps that rely on Node Forge. The library sees roughly 26 million weekly downloads. A fix shipped in version 1.3.2, and developers are urged to update immediately.
Whoa, okay. I heard something. I heard 26 million downloads a day. Hold on, let's look at let's see this. Let's throw this in here real quick. Let's see what this says. Okay, so our EPS score is extremely low on here. I don't know if y'all see that. Our EPSS score is low. Our CVSS is 8.3 or 8.6. This isn't a high one. Let's see. Inner Node Forge 1.3. All right, let's dig into this for a minute. Popular Forge library gets fixed for signature verification bypass flaw. A vulnerability in the Node Forge package. A popular JavaScript cryptography. Oh, okay. So looks like this one, if it's used if it's used as much as they're saying that it's used, let me see. Where's this? Okay. The impact may be significant considering the Node Forge is massively popular with close to 26.0 weekly downloads. Okay. I thought I heard daily. I was going to say, good Lord. Okay. So 26 million, still a lot in a week. But we got NPM. So I read something about this. Maybe this is still part of what's going on. I heard that there are lots of NPM packages that are legit packages that now have malware in them. I'm sure we probably went over this or during the week this week because I saw it this week at some point. But there are a lot of packages that seem to be compromised, and we've seen a lot of I was about to say social engineering, but we've seen a lot of, what is the word I'm looking for? Drawing a blank. This is what happens when you get old. It's like the SolarWinds stuff. I can't think of the word right now. It's too early, people. It's too early. So interpretation conflict, vulnerability in Forge versions 1.3.1 and earlier enables unauthenticated attackers to craft. So did they say they've updated it? So if you've got if you're using 1.3.1, you're vulnerable to this attack. The library, okay, yeah. So a fix was released earlier today, so that have been yesterday at 1.3.2. So developers need to patch your stuff. You gotta patch it. Make sure you patch this. The library used by projects that need cryptographic and public key infrastructure functionality in JavaScript. Yeah, this is a big one because it's got your public key in there. It's got your cryptography in there, so it sounds like this is one you definitely need to go ahead and patch, especially if you're a developer and you're using this package. Download it, patch it, get your stuff fixed.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, KnowBe4. Cybersecurity isn't just a tech problem, it's a human one. That is why KnowBe4's human risk management platform allows you to measure, quantify, and actually reduce human risk across your work. With AI-powered risk scoring, automated coaching, and reporting, HRM Plus helps you surface your highest risk users and reduce the risk of data breaches and cyber attacks proactively. Ready to move from awareness to action? Request a demo of HRM Plus today at knowbe4.com.
All right. Guess where we're at? We're at the mid-roll. So since I gave this to Jerry, I've got it for us this morning. I don't have a lot to talk about during the mid-roll, but I do figure I'll run this, and we'll continue to see if we can use this without getting a hit. Oh, the shirt, yeah. So my shirt, my Gen X shirt, it says Gen X. What is it? Raised on hose water and neglect. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hey, y'all think about this, because I'm going to bring this question up when we're talking about jaw jacking. I got a little tongue twisted there. What is everybody, for those in the U.S., I know everybody's not in the U.S., and we got like what? Oh, we only got 106 people in here because everybody's still asleep. But it's road. Not worried about numbers today. Those in the U.S., what do you do today? What is your one big thing that you're going to do with Thanksgiving? And I've got another question that I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to tease this, but it's about Christmas lights. I've got a question around this, and I want Christmas lights and Christmas trees. I want to see where everybody stands on a particular topic. All right, where are we at? We're at 7:29, so moving a little quick. Don't have a lot to go through like Jerry does. I don't actually have anything to run today, so I don't need to go through sponsors today right now. But we'll let the music play and kind of take a break. What's everybody's thought on this one? Everybody likes this version. Is this version good for everybody? Or at least everybody that's here. I think it's the closest one I can find to the normal. I'm gonna try and see where we at on this. So 2 minutes and 14 seconds in. Yeah, they already had Thanksgiving in Canada. Canada's Thanksgiving's in October, I believe. Everybody. Reading through chat, just trying to grab some of these before we get our la-la-las. We got studying for Security Plus. Oh, somebody got a 6-hour round trip today. I'll talk about what I do when we get to jaw jacking, but that's big, man. That's a long drive. That's 3 there and 3 back. Man. Gen X rocks, but we're getting old. Our knees are popping. Our elbows are popping. I think we did too much pop and lock. And now we just pop. All right, everybody, you ready? Let's throw the la-la-las and then we'll get into it. All right, let's jump back in. We can jam some more music later on.
Shai Hulud V2 campaign exposes secrets. The Shai Hulud V2 supply chain attack has expanded from NPM
there we
to
go.
Maven,
More NPM.
compromising more than 830 NPM packages and exposing thousands of secrets. Malware embedded in these packages backdoors developer machines, harvests API keys, cloud credentials, and GitHub tokens, and exfiltrates them to randomly named public repositories. By exploiting misconfigurations, the attack affects more than 28,000 repositories. Security firms urge rotating keys, auditing dependencies, removing compromised packages, and hardening development pipelines to prevent further spread.
All right, this is the story that I was actually talking about that I heard earlier this week. So this says it was on the 26th. I swear I heard this like on Monday or maybe last week. This is what I was talking about. Tons and tons of NPM packages right here that have been compromised. And I think they said that they're at 28,000. So this falls back to the story we just talked. It's amazing. These stories are like in order. Hey, AI. Then we got NPM packages. Now we got another NPM package. So the second wave of Shai Hulud supply chain attack, which is the word I was thinking of earlier. I was trying to think of supply chain attack, has spilled over to the Maven ecosystem after compromising more than 830 packages. So we got 830 NPM packages that have been registered. The socket research team said it identified a Maven central package named org.mvmp post hoc. It embeds the same two components associated with it. Okay. This means Postdoc project is compromised, released in both JavaScript NPM and Java Maven ecosystems, driven by the same Shiloh v2 payload. So I don't know what Shiloh v2. I don't know what the payload is itself, but this seems pretty nasty when you read into it. So we've got it aims to steal sensitive data like API packages or API keys, cloud credentials, NPM, GitHub tokens, and facilitate deeper supply chain like worm-like fashion. This is nasty. This is looking at saying that it's more stealthy, aggressive, and scalable and destructive. Let's see. Besides borrowing the overly, oh wait, do we have a? Ooh, all right. Let's see what we got here. So let's see if we can follow this. We've got compromise package install. So the victim gets it, runs the JavaScript here. Local persistence is set up. Environment scanning. Man, this is pretty nasty. So we've got local persistence. We've got environment scanning. We've got local persistence in the project directories. Local secrets are harvested. GitHub repo manipulation and CD. So this is going to be one. All right. If you use this, if this is a package that you're using, or if this is something you're using, this is something that you're going to need to dive into. Your development team, whoever's using these packages, is going to have to dive into and make sure that they have not been compromised. Number one, look at their pipelines. You may have to, hopefully you've got a backup of your pipeline. You may have to roll back your pipeline to get this stuff out. Looks like there are also environments, cloud environments, AWS, Azure, and GCP. And then to me, the bigger one here is that it's like worm propagation. Hey, that's not an arrow. I don't know what my arrow is. That's a box. All right, whatever. So worm-like propagation, meaning this gets into the system, and then once it's into the system, it continues to move through like side channels to go through everything and infect all of your stuff. Deletes files, corrupt a workspace, covers track, sabotage. This one's pretty nasty. Oh, hold on. Now, so we have an outbound C2. That is not my arrow. Outbound C2. We've got remote command and long-term persistence. I mean, yeah. Let's read through this. Is there anything in here? So further analysis by Keto uncovered that the threat actors exploited vulnerabilities. Is there anything in here? It's assessed that the activity is continuing a broader set of attacks targeting the ecosystem. Trying to see, do they have any IOCs? Is there anything in here about, I mean, is it just that they're getting hit with it? Hold on. Data compiled by Git Guardian OX Wiz, leaking hundreds of GitHub access tokens, credentials associated with Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud. More than 5,000 files were uploaded to GitHub with exfiltration secrets, 4,600 GitLab repos. It was in a different tab, Jerry. It's just right there. Nope, that's not it. That was it. That was so there's nothing. Users are advised to so okay, I get this, right? Is there everybody understand what they're saying here? Let's rotate our tokens, let's rotate our keys, let's audit all our dependencies and try and remove compromised versions. Here's the problem. If you rotate your tokens and you rotate your keys and you don't do anything with the compromised version and you don't check your environment, guess what's going to happen? They're already in your system and they are going to get your tokens. They are going to get everything that you just did. So if you just rotate it, they're going to get everything back. The other thing here is They've got GitHub repo manipulation and CI/CD pipeline injection. So they're already there. This is like deep, like they're in deep with this stuff. Then they've got outbound connections back to. I mean, this is going to take some time to go through and figure out. And I mean, from the looks of it, it doesn't look like this is going to be something like, hey, your developers are going to go and roll some stuff back and they'll be done, because they're already in the pipelines. This one's pretty. So another reminder that modern software supply chain is still way too easy to break. Yeah, this one's. I don't know where else to go with this one. This one's pretty bad. If you use any of these 28,000? No, 830 packages, but I thought they said something about 28,000. 28,000. No? Okay, maybe not. So any of these 830 packages in this registry, it's going to be a long weekend. All right, let's keep moving.
Prompt injections muddle ChatGPT's Atlas browser. OpenAI's ChatGPT Atlas browser launched back in October. It includes agentic AI capable of autonomous tasks, but this expands the risk of prompt injections. Direct or even indirect injections could expose sensitive data, execute code, or compromise networks of agents. Experts warn that the problem grows as agents gain tool access and autonomy, making attacks more dangerous. Mitigations include strict least privilege access, sandboxing, human oversight, and treating untrusted input as hostile.
Yeah, so this is something I've been thinking about lately. Everybody's using agentic AI, right? Everybody's using ChatGPT. We're using Claude. We're putting stuff in place. And prior, we were using AI in the sense of everybody's getting on ChatGPT. We're asking it questions. We're asking it to tell. People were using AI or ChatGPT more or less like their new Google, right? Hey, what do I do here? How do I do this? Where's this at? And you get instead of just a vomit of web pages, you actually get somebody to tell you, hey, this is what it is. That's what people were using it as. Instead of getting this big throw up of, hey, here's all of the websites that you can go look for, and this is how you do it. Now we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we've got Claude, where you ask that same question that you would put in Google, and you actually get a legit answer back. Now, though, we're moving to agentic AI. And when we talk about agentic AI, we're talking about how are you going to automate stuff? We're talking about things like N8N, Make, there's another Zapier. So we're taking these AI structures and we're putting them in and creating workflows that do things for us. But the only way for them to be able to do those things for us is for us to give those specific agents access to the data that we have. And if you don't have guardrails on that, you're, for lack of a better term, because now it can see all of your data. It's got access to your stuff. And this is something I've stepped back and I've thought, this would be great. Let me set this up and do this, but I don't want it to have access to everything that I've got in Google. I don't want it to have access to everything that I have in Microsoft. I don't need it to have access to everything that I've got over in Cloudflare or over in, whatever. You got to be careful with this stuff. This is where, as practitioners, we need to come in, we need to step in, because companies right now, everybody is going crazy with AI. And everybody wants to use AI to put in place to be able to do the jobs, do them faster, do them more efficient. But we're moving, in my opinion, we're moving way too fast because we're not putting those guardrails in place. We're not actually thinking about what's going on the back end of that stuff. Because if you give them all that access, not only do they have all that access, but now, let's say, for instance, let me give a kind of getting on the soapbox here. Let's go back to the NPM packages. So let's say, for instance, you want to set up an automation in there that's going to go out, check all the new packages, automatically download them, put them in place, put them into your pipeline, and be done. But you didn't check to find out there wasn't a scan on there. So, hey, maybe you can get something to scan those. But now you're just going and automatically downloading npm packages and putting them in place using your AI searching. Hey, what's the best package for this? Oh, it's going to be this package over here. Okay, has that package had any problems? Well, no problems that we see. Well, that's because that's a brand new problem that it just came out. Boom. Now you've got that new npm package in your pipeline and you're screwed. That's the way I think. I think of this stuff like, this is great. It's awesome that we have AI. It's awesome that we have the ability. It helps out with things for people that don't know how to script, that don't know how to code. It's great for them to learn and do stuff, but we have to have that human element in place to be able to look at this stuff and be able to decipher what's actually going on. Otherwise, all of a sudden it's just going to spit out all this stuff, put it in place, and be done with it, and we're going to have issues. So let's see. ChatGPT Atlas is OpenAI. So that's their web browser. So it advertises the agent as being able to book appointments, create slideshows, and more, handling complex tasks from start to finish. ChatGPT's agentic capabilities are available for only $20. So on their normal thing, $20, you can do it. Though it's a bit far more excessive. This is the bigger thing. Prompt injections also are going to exist. And everybody's heard of AI hallucination. You start getting prompt injections in there. You're able to direct prompt inject, for example, might be able to ask the chatbot a question that gets into divulging sensitive company documentation. So that's kind of where I was getting at. You're given an agent full-on access to all of your stuff with no guardrails. So now your low-level desk person can go, hey, what does Joe Bob make? Or what does Sally make? Sally in accounting, what does she make? And the agent has full access to everything in the company, and they're able to see what people make, or maybe they have access to, man, this could get dark. I'm not going to get deep in this. This could get dark. Maybe somebody doesn't like somebody in the office. Now you can see all their personal stuff. Does it have access to see HIPAA records that somebody has? Somebody went to the doctor. Does it now know that so-and-so's got, some issue with them? It could get bad. Those are the type of things, like, it's hard in our industry. We want to bring out all the new tools. We love all the new tools. We love to bring new tools to people. But we also have to be cognizant of what these tools are capable of doing, and not just see the good, but also see the bad that's in them. And we have to bring that bad out to let people know. We can say, hey, look, these are fantastic. These are great, but here's where I see the problem. And if we're good with this problem, then go ahead and do it. It's a business decision. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. But I'm telling you, this is what I foresee. This is what could happen. So we need to figure out either how we're going to fix this prior to putting it in place, or we need to know that this is a problem that's that could happen, and we're going to have to fix it along the way. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. We'll move on.
Patchwork cyber regs are driving up costs. The Global System for Mobile Communications Association, or GSMA, says that fragmented, poorly designed regulations for mobile operators are driving up costs without making networks safer. In a new report, the group says overlapping laws and duplicate reporting force operators to spend as much as half their security team's time on compliance instead of threat mitigation. The GSMA wants governments to simplify rules, align with international standards, and shift towards coordinated, outcomes-focused frameworks.
Oh, man. I heard something that touched home. Let's see, mobile operators' core security spending is projected to more than double in 2030 as a result of as threats evolve, while poorly designed and fragmented policy frameworks add extra compliance costs, according to the industry. I believe so. This is the register. I think the register is located in England. I'm wondering if this is just about England. But here's my take on this. What are we at? We're at 748, 750. the more compliances you put in place, the harder it is on your security team, the harder it is on your IT team, because now instead of trying to mitigate issues and mitigate problems, we're trying to just be compliant. Jerry talked about, I think it was earlier this week, we talked about how you can be compliant, right? You can have a gate in the walkway and the gate's shut, but you can still walk right around it. Guess what? Hey, we're compliant because you put the gate there, but it doesn't stop anybody from getting in. Is the gate locked? Yes, it's locked. It has a lock on it, but you didn't tell me that, you didn't say that I had to lock the back door or I had to leave the window locked. Man, I'm losing my voice. And that I had to leave the window locked as well, or the window shut. Like, when it comes to compliance, they're check boxes, right? Those of us that have dealt with this, you've gotten your, 20-page spreadsheet or your different things is, do you do this? Do you have MFA in? Yes, MFA is on. But is it MFA that requires FIDO keys? Is it MFA that just uses SMS? Is it MFA? Like, when you get down to it, yes, we're compliant, but are we secure? Compliance and secure are not the same thing. Where was it in here? They said something about it's causing issues. In many countries, providers face a patchwork of overlapping laws and sector-specific policies. They're at the mercy of multiple regulatory bodies. This can result in a higher compliance cost and duplicate reporting, diverting resources from effective risk. So, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. So we have now, I think we're talking about cell signals here with GSM and network. So basically we're saying, hey, this network needs to be compliant. So now we're spending billions of dollars to be compliant, but not necessarily more secure. That's basically what this story's telling you. You got your teams that are going to spend billions of dollars to make sure that they got that gate around that cell tower. But hey, is the gate around the cell tower? Yes, it is. Are you able to stop people from climbing into it? No. That's what this story's about. All right, next one.
Comcast to pay $1.5 million for vendor breach. Comcast will pay a $1.5 million FCC fine after third-party debt collector FBCS was hacked back in 2024, exposing data on roughly 274,000 customers. FBCS waited 5 months to notify Comcast and had repeatedly claimed that no Comcast data was affected. Attackers indeed stole names, addresses, social security numbers, dates of birth, and account numbers. Under the settlement, Comcast has to tighten vendor oversight, run biannual risk assessments, and report violations for 3 years.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all probably saw me do this on screen. $1.5 million for Comcast? That's like reaching in your pocket and grabbing a couple of dimes and nickels. Who cares? That doesn't mean anything. We're talking about 1.5. I feel like Allen Iverson. We're talking about 1.5 million? 1.5 million for a vendor breach affecting 270,000 customers. That $1.5 million fine is $5 a person. $5 a customer. $5.55 per person. So you're telling me that's what my data is worth? That's what my personal data is worth? Like, we all know our personal data is all over the place, but you're literally just telling them $5. Who cares? This is crazy. Comcast will pay $1.5 million in a federal communications investigation into February 2024 vendor data breach that exposed personal information of nearly 275,000 customers. Oh, wait, 275,000. Okay, so maybe it's a little less than $5. In fact, was it like $4 or something? So 1.5 million divided by 275,000. No, still, so $5.50. American dollars. Like, what are we doing here? This is why they don't care. They don't care about any data breaches. Who cares? In fact, let's see. Comcast 2024 revenue. 30 billion. Wait, that's in quarter one. Hold on a second. 30 billion in quarter one, 30 billion. So $120 billion, and you find them 1.5 million. Like, what in? Good Lord. Hey, what are we doing? The FCBS data breach was initially believed to have affected 1.9 million people in total, but the tally was raised to 3.2 million in June, finally. Now, before I get over my skis, which I probably already did, files bankers. So they notified Comcast on July 15th that customer data had been compromised. Is this a third-party attack? Was this not directly with Comcast? So it affected Comcast customers. The threat actor stole personal data. May got a little out over my skis, but still $1.5 million for 270,000. That's $5 a person. To Comcast American Mass Media and Telecommunications. Those may have been the third party that they use that they had to deal with, which would be even, that'd be interesting. So if a third party got attacked for vendor breach. So yeah, so the vendor was breached. They had 270,000 customers in this vendor. So that's it. That isn't interesting. Now, still, it's only 1.5 million, but it's interesting to say that a vendor was breached and Comcast has to pay their customers. That's an interesting one. It's not bad either, because you know what, that becomes third-party risk. So then now you've got your third-party risk, and now you're looking at, as Comcast, you look at this and go, okay, do these people do what they say they do, right? Oh, they're compliant, but are they secure? All right. Anyway. Oh, that's all right. All right, everybody. That is the news for today. We are going to, it is 7:56 in the time of the land of where I'm at. Where you're at, it's probably a different time. But it's 7:56. We are done with the news today. We're going to jump over for John Jack, and we do have something later this morning that I think we've got a, let me look here real quick. I believe there's a show. Jerry's got a podcast that is this morning. That the IOC we got the Cyber Mentors podcast after this. Okay, so we're gonna jump into jawjacking and jawjacking like that. We're gonna jump in. We're going to do some jawjacking for those that are gonna stick around, and then we will raid over into the Cyber Security Mentor podcast after this. If you're just here for the news, thank you for being here, hanging around with this little rogue show that I had going on. And if you're going to stick around, I'll see you on the other side of this, and we'll be back. If I could find our thing. Here we go.
Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking.
Hey, I'm back. Let's find some music we can put in the background, and let's grab questions. If anybody's got questions, it has been a while. FedEx. Let's find some. I'm gonna put synthwave stream beats on, and that'll be in the background. They'll tell me if it's too loud or not. All right, so that's jawjacking in New Zealand. Yeah. Okay. So I teased a little bit before, but here's a question. I have a legit question, because I've heard this from a couple of different ways. Who here, and I wish I could run a poll because I can't really run polls, but who here puts their tree up before Thanksgiving and puts their Christmas lights up before Thanksgiving? And when I say you put your lights up, you're not paying for somebody to come put your lights up. Like, if you pay for somebody to come put your lights up, they're going to do it before Thanksgiving because they have tons and tons of houses that they're going to put up. But if you legitimately do all the stuff yourself, which that's me, I'm a person that I like to do all the stuff myself, but I'm getting to the age to where I'm like, maybe I should stop doing all this stuff myself because everything's popping, you know, that Gen X stuff. Are you one that puts a tree up before Thanksgiving, or does Thanksgiving have to come before you put your tree up? Let me know. Y'all tell me. All right, here we go. I'm going to be behind in chat, but I'm going to move through as quick as I can. All right, Space Tacos is saying, what is your favorite Turkey Day side dish? This is funny because my wife and I were talking about this last night. I am really not a big Thanksgiving person. Like, I love turkey. I love ham. All the side dishes to me, my side dish is like apple pie. I'm a sweets person. But if I had to pick one, I would say like broccoli, cheese, and rice together. I don't know if you guys do that out there, but it would take like broccoli, cheese, and rice, put it all together. I love broccoli. I love spinach. I love all those type of things. You throw rice and then you throw cheese on top of it. It's amazing. Some good stuff. It's been a while since I could hold my breath. I still don't pay for lights to go up. Wait, I still don't pay. Oh, okay. So, Phil Stafford is saying he doesn't even pay for them to go up before Thanksgiving. I'm kind of on the fence here, right? So, yesterday, I mowed the yard, got the yard all ready so we can do the lights. I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, hey, do we want to put the lights up now? And I was like, no. I mean, here in Texas, we have not had rain in a long time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to water the yard all day so we can water the yard so it's not completely dead and our house doesn't sink into the ground and get all screwed up. But lots of people put their lights out. Lots of people put their trees out. We usually we wait to put our tree out after Thanksgiving. But since we didn't have much to do yesterday, my daughter and I got out the tree, put the tree up, which is another question I got for everybody. Put the tree up, put the trimmings on it and did everything. And so now our tree's up and ready to go. So now all I really have to do is put the lights out in the front yard. But if y'all know, and you heard, I'm from Texas. I'm in Texas, and we've got UT and A&M playing this weekend. Big game. So tomorrow, usually the Friday after Thanksgiving, I put up all the lights. But I think tomorrow I'm probably going to be getting ready for that big game. 6:30 tomorrow. It's a big one. Let's see, with sausage. Let's see, I love green bean casserole with bacon. A lot of people do green bean casseroles. Let's see. I've always say I'll do it, but I never happens. I'm with you, FedEx. It's kind of where we've always been. Is decorations come after Thanksgiving. Now, being off the whole week of Thanksgiving, well, let me put it this way. As you get older in life, things move slower. You're not able to do things as fast as you once could. So you probably use the whole week to put those decorations out. Lights have been up since Saturday. We got lights have been up since Saturday outside, but it was so the other thing is it's going to be about the weather too, right? So a lot of people will look at the weather and see, is it going to be a decent weekend? Dream Logic is asking me what my favorite coffee and cakes. So I am not a coffee person. Can I drink coffee? I can if it's there. I do not get up in the morning and drink coffee. I'm not a coffee person. I drink vitamin water, those type of things. Cakes, pretty much any cake you put in front of me. I don't like carrot cake. Do not like cake. Vegetables and cake are not supposed to go together. So carrot cake, no. But it's funny is I like a good coffee cake, like a lemon cake, a confetti cake. If the word cake is in it, I like it. Except for carrot. Oh, okay. Sweet. So Space Taco says that apple pie does count as a side dish, 100%. So then that's my side dish. Okay, so here we go. This was the other question. Are you a fake tree person or are you a live tree person? I know this is like, we're supposed to be talking IT and cyber and all this, but this is a holiday. We're asking all types of questions. Let's see, we bought a live tree last night and it's going up tomorrow because of Thanksgiving with friends' house. That's awesome. A lot of people will also go buy their trees early. I say early, buy them before Thanksgiving. Then you setting it like outside and hanging it, so get all the dead needles and stuff off of there. Let's see. Dressing is undefeated. Yeah, I used to be a dressing person. I'm not a big. I mean, it is what it is. There's good dressings and there's bad dressings. You get a bad dressing, man, and that stuff sticks in your mouth. That becomes one of those things where you don't want to. You become a non-dressing person if you get a bad dressing. Day before isn't bad, to be honest. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like right around that, the week of the like, don't start putting all your Christmas stuff up when November 1 rolls over, right? I guess that's kind of where I'm at. Like November 1st, don't put everything out. But wild rice? Man, I've had wild rice. Now we have like Spanish rice. For all those who care about protecting your personal data, look into self-hosting everything. Yeah. So that falls in line with what we talked about earlier with the LLMs. Self-hosting a lot of this stuff, pulling it down and actually using those LLMs locally. And that way your data isn't necessarily, you still got to put guardrails on there, put things out. But self-hosting it would be a lot safer. Man, my throat. What was I going to say? Network Chuck has a couple of videos out downloading. I think he used Olama and setting up Olama. Now, I'm not going to lie. This does happen. So I might fall into that category of people. People put the Christmas stuff up right around Thanksgiving, and then it doesn't actually come down until the middle of January or February. You know why? Because everybody loves to have that stuff up and be festive. Like, you get that feeling. And I don't even call it the feeling of Christmas. Just the feeling of everything is maybe easier. Like, got family now. Once everything gets put back away, it's almost like you're back to reality. Ooh, that's Eminem. It's kind of like when you go on vacation, right? When you hit the door and you're heading out and you hit the airport, you're on that plane. It's like reality goes away, and now you're on vacation, and all your worries are gone, and shouldn't be thinking about work or other stuff. Just focus on your vacation, focus on your time. But then when you turn around and you get back on the plane to come home, it all sets in like, damn, it's over. Now I've got to get back to life. Taking down the tree, taking down your decorations, that's that feeling. Dream Logic is asking, what's in wild rice? Well, if I am wild rice, it's different types of rice. Dream Logic, I'm not sure what soft bread is. Is there such thing as hard bread? I mean, like a baguette or whatever. I mean, those are hard breads, but I don't know what soft bread. How many just leave? Hey, this happens all the time. Everybody raise your hand if you do this. How many just leave their lights up all year round, but don't turn them on during the Christmas season? So, as everybody sees those new lights that everybody's getting and putting under their soffits of their house. They like stick to the soffit, or you drill them in, screw them in, and they hold on. So now you can like hit it and it'll change to red and green lights now, and then in the off season, you got like what the purple and yellow and stuff for not Thanksgiving, but Easter. Like everybody's putting those up everywhere. That way they can leave their lights up. Ooh, I do like a good bread pudding. A good bread pudding. So we actually have a company here that's literally right around the corner from where I'm at that makes the best bread pudding. I'd never had bread pudding before. It sounded like, I'm like, bread pudding? What is that? I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yes. This is hilarious. So when we put up the tree yesterday, that was the first thing. I walked into my wife's office and I said, hey, do we have any of that pine smell? We need to put that stuff out. Tis the season. We need to put some pine smell out. She's like, yes, we have it. FedEx says he used to buy live a year ago. We changed to the fake and haven't looked back. Yeah, we used to we did lives. In all reality, like if you buy a fake tree and you use it for 5 years, it's the same as buying a real tree. Now, the only problem is you got to find a place to store it. So I would prefer a live tree, but the fake one was, yeah, that's the thing. Like the fake trees are convenient, especially the pre-lit trees. You can just put them in place. I think our tree is 14 feet, 15 feet, 12 foot. I don't know, something like that. Maybe it's 12 foot. But yeah, it's convenient, right? I used to put tree decorations up. I'm gonna try and move through. I know there's a lot in here. Bad dressing. Yeah, bad dressing is beyond disappointing. What is FedEx saying? I'm in Spain, though. Christmas decorations stayed on after Three Kings Day, which is January. Yeah, there you go. Keep them up. Dreamlike. Wait, you bought a tree poster? Is that what you put up? A tree poster? Phil Stafford, are you asking or are you saying? I think it's Olam. Yeah, Olam is what we download. Put in. I got a whole. Oh, I think he was telling somebody that. Dream Logic Wild. Oh, here we go. So Steve Young is telling us what wild rice is. Wild rice is a nutritious aquatic grass that is not true rice. Known for its unique flavor, health benefits, and cultural significance, particularly among indigenous people. We may not be thinking the same thing. Like, I know you can go and buy wild rice, but it seems like it's rice, but it's like different colored rice. Let's see. The only reason you use VS Code is I need that vacation. Give me a yeah. We all need vacation. Once we get to does everybody feel the same way? Like as you move, like when you hit January 1st, it's like, okay, start of the new year, let's start hammering this stuff out. Let's knock all this stuff down. And then, you get to the summer and you're like, man, I really need a break. But you're just trying to push through and you get through Q3 and you're like, all right, I'm through Q3. Now I just got October, November, December, and I got Halloween and I got Thanksgiving, I got Christmas. So now's my time to take off. And then of course, when it's your time to take off, you're like, but I still have all these other projects, so they still need to get done. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we don't talk about taking stuff down yet. Don't kill the vibe. It is a vibe. Don't take it down. Leave it up. Okay, so now Dream Logic is in my wheelhouse here. So Texas Roadhouse soft bread, which we just call bread. Their bread is amazing, but what makes their bread amazing is they have, wait for it, cinnamon butter that's put all over it. So if you don't have a Texas Roadhouse in your area, or you've never had Texas Roadhouse, I'm sorry, but that is the best bread. around. In fact, I know like Walmart and Sam's, Costco, all them, because of the way Texas Roadhouse was or has become such a staple when it comes to the bread, they now are selling all the different types of butters. Oh, this would be interesting. What does an AI-inspired decorated Christmas tree look like? So, I guess we're asking two different things. AI-inspired mean, does AI build the Christmas tree? Or are we talking about the Christmas tree and then you're putting AI stuff on it, like, you know, different AI ornaments? That'd be an interesting one. A good bread pudding is wonderful, yes. Yeah, okay, Govee, that's what it was. There's different ones, the Govee, and there's other ones. Permanent lighting. It's not really permanent lighting, it's screwed in lighting is what it is. Dream Logic is saying, could you refresh me on what bread pudding is? I can. It is delicious. That's what it is. I don't know what's in bread pudding. It's like bread and like condensed milk and like 80 pounds of sugar. It's sugar bread. It's delicious. Those are the lazy persons, yet. I don't know what a... Reading through all of these, wild rice is delicious. So Space Taco says wild rice is delicious. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Oh, here we go. Alpha Sierra, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Be safe wherever you may go, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. You are welcome. She's probably already left because that was at 8:13 and we're at 8:16, so I'm 3 minutes behind on these. What? Wait. I'm trying to... I don't know what they're talking about here, but it paired deliciously with Cornish hen back in Carner. I don't know. What was that? What was paired? This is something we all need. We all need more breaks. Everybody needs a break. I think everybody should get like a 2-day vacation every month. You got to reset. Is it fry bread? I don't know what fry bread is. I'm reading comments. When I see something, I'll throw it up there. I'm just kind of going through here. Yeah, cinnamon butter is delicious. It's so good. So good. Hawaiian bread. So I've heard like people using Hawaiian bread to make bread pudding. Look, I'm seeing this chat come in over here, but I don't see it on the other one. What is going on? In fact, let me do this. There's times. I'm gonna close chat and open it back up. Is it not? There it goes. Now it updated. What the heck? It stopped. I couldn't see any chat. All right, Dream Logic, do quick search for bread pudding recipe. So delicious Hawaiian bread. Like, yeah, that's what Hawaiian bread was. Something that I had seen. I'm gonna pull this up. We got about 12 minutes. I'm gonna open this up so I have this on here, and I can give it to you guys. while I'm on here, I'm going to do some self-promotion. Because we don't get a lot of questions. Let me see. So everybody knows I built this a while back. I put this in place. I have been putting, when I have the chance, I do put some of the news out. You see some of my stuff. This is something that Jerry and I had talked about. As a mod team, we've talked about always being able to go back and, like, how are we going to be, is there a way if something happens, do we have the ability to do, do we have like headlines that we could do? Like, for instance, today, we weren't sure if Cecil Series was going to have their stuff because it is Thanksgiving here in the United States. It's usually everybody's off, but they did put it out. But we put, I put this together every day. But I say I put it together every day. I go through, doesn't necessarily mean that I push it out to the site, but I have this in place. So I've got cyber news there. But I've also got other things in here. People always ask, or always looking for like a repo, or looking for somewhere to, what books do we read? What do we do here? What do we do there? What tools do you use? So I've created a Blue Team group that's got all the different tools in here, different searches. There's other things that I'm putting together. This is my PSS scanner. So we looked at that earlier. We've got header analyzers, so you can put in a header. In fact, we can do this. Let's say, I'll show you all what this does. Oh, we can pull Simply CyberCon. That's fine. And it'll analyze the headers of the website and tell you what's not set, improvements, suggestions, things to put in place. IP reputation, so I put that in place. You can check out an IPs, just stuff in here. But the bigger thing is I have books. I've got learning in here, things that a lot of people are always asking questions of, what books should I read? What do they do? I've kind of broken it down into leadership books and different backgrounds, learning. So we've got different learning platforms and different podcasts, all the different podcasts. So we've got Simply Cyber podcasts in here. We had 2 Cyber Chicks in here. But all of these are different types of podcasts. You got Cyber Insecurities in here. There's tons and tons of different podcasts that I've found over the years that I put in here, links to them. So there's something for y'all. Oh yeah, we need to change that Nightbot so it goes actually to my website. So I actually got the domain itself. So djbsec at djbsec.com. Yeah. Where did I buy my t-shirt? I got this shirt off of Amazon. If you go to Amazon and you just type in Gen X t-shirts or Gen X shirts, you get a whole bunch of them. I've got like 4 or 5 of them. I like to wear them around every now and again just to, support my crew. We're getting old. We're out there. Let's see. Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah, I try to think about what I do during the day, like tools that I use daily, and I try to I'm like, hey, you know what? If I just had a website that I could go click on there and then the tool was there, then that would be a lot easier than having to go to this website or go to that website or go to so I do it for myself, but in turn doing it for myself, it's out there for the community as well, because that's stuff that I use. Yes, I have. In fact, let me see. So I actually recorded one a long time ago. I put it out on SoundCloud. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Space Taco. Let's see. You should. I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, people. Here, hold on. Let me switch my screen. We got about 6 minutes, so I'll show you guys. So SoundCloud, I did put one out here. Let me see if I can find it. My library. There it is. This is a while back. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear this. Let's pause this. I don't know where. This is, when did I put this? Is like a while ago. This is 1 hour put together. I don't want to play it on YouTube because we'll get banned from YouTube by putting all this stuff on here. But yeah, there's one. That was a long time ago. Here you go. I'll put that out there. Y'all can go listen to it. And then I do have my own YouTube channel. Let me do this without music in the back of my ears. We got this in here. Where I've got my channel, but I don't play. We don't put music. You can't put music and stuff on YouTube. So YouTube is very much a no when it comes to music, unless you are an actual artist that's putting it out there. They'll ban it. They'll kick you off. I did. So I've got that one, and then we've got now where you can go do this stuff is you can go do it on Twitch. So on Twitch you can put all your stuff up there. And there may still be some things on here. Yeah. So there's still things on there 3 years ago. These are all the funny times. Those were the good times. Oh, back in the day. Back in the day. I'm trying to hang around for a couple more minutes because you know what we got? Let me pull. Where's it at? I swear I had it up. Yeah, there it is. So coming up at 8:30. 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 God's time. So I like messing around. With the Cyber Security Mentors podcast will be up. It says they tested ACI's Learning Security Plus bundle, and it looks like they've got some opinions on it. John Hoyt, John's great, dude. I don't think I've ever met Steve. John's awesome. That will be a raid. We will raid over there. Once we're done here, we'll raid over. Oh, here's something funny that hold on, I want to copy this link. I want to open it because I'm going to show y'all what got posted in mod chat. This is what I came into this morning. Are y'all ready for this? The 70 people that are left. Here we go. Eric posted this. He came in like a butterball. That's hilarious. That one's pretty funny. Does he get it? Go ahead. We need to put Butterball over the top of that thing. All right, we got any other questions? Anything else? Anything on anybody's mind? Looks like we got a Christmas, we got raids. See, back in the day when I was young, that's pretty hilarious. Came in like a butterball. All right, it's 8:29. I'm going to go ahead and knock us out of here. Everybody have a great day. Have a great Thanksgiving. If you're in the U.S. and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving. We will see you tomorrow morning with some more cybersecurity news on Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Till then, let me grab, where's it at? Let me put this in chat. Here's the link over. I'm gonna put the link in here. Everybody have a great day. We will see you back here tomorrow. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Y'all have a good one.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed